Okay, so hey, I'm doing something different, and this is a booktube review. I have hit my goal for the year. My goal was to read 35 books. I just hit my 35, and I wanted to go over the. Don't mind this stain. I don't know what it is. The shirt's clean, but I can't get the stain out. But I have 7 5-star reads in my list. But let's see. I'm going to go through the list of books that I've read. I still have a bunch of books that are left on my list of books that I will get to. And I still have 2 months left of reading to do. So I'm not going to stop reading because I hit my goal. But that just means that I can set a higher goal for next year. Don't mind me being extra ratchet, fixing, the girls. But I will first start with the 5-star reads that I have. I'm not putting the authors, but I will list every single one below. And maybe I'll try to put a little summary of them. If I can. My dog is eating his toy duck behind me. Okay, I will start with my 5 stars. Right now, I just finished Rock, Paper, Scissors. And it's like a mystery thriller kind of book. Phenomenal. I've been screaming. I'm listening to audio. Mostly every single book is in audio. Listening to the audio, and I'm just like, OMG, 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 OMG. Okay? The next 5-star is Bad Fat Black Girl. Trap feminism is it's an amazing book. Like, she did the damn thing. Sorry if I don't get anybody's pronouns right, because I don't look into authors like that. But yeah, that book, I even recommended it. It's got a lot of cursing. I even recommended it for my daughter. She's 14. But I'm just saying, like, amazing. Then I'm going backwards from what I read most recently to the beginning of the year. Then I read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That book has been on my list for a very long time. I'm not a big science fiction person, but my reading goal for the year is to read a lot of books that I normally don't read. So a lot of these, I just make a list of books that people recommend, whether I know them or not, put them on, and if it's available audio, I'm getting it. I use Libby, so if anybody needs a free book app, Libby, Overdrive, ask your library. Most likely they have something where you can, if you can't afford Audible or Kindle or whatever, but those are options. The next one, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, was so cute. So adorable. I should have read it earlier. And when I ask for science fiction recommendations, I always get, what's her name? She wrote Parable of the Sower. I can't think of her name. My mind's going blank. And yeah, but I always get her. I never get Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I remember hearing about it from Mos Def, the rapper, Mos Def. I think I was a kid, and he said something about that was his favorite book. If that's what I'm remembering correctly, but that's what's in my head, so that's what it is. Another 5-star read was Nothing is Missing. That's new. That just came out. Nicole Walters. So good. Because I follow her on social media. I watched her show on TV. Like, so good to hear a story about someone's life where they're not bashing the people in their lives that have you know, possibly done them wrong or mistreated them, or like there's like no blame in this book. Yes, she talks about things that weren't great. She's just, there's like, it's not, let's go find this person and harass their social media. It's like that kind of negative. Everything is done graceful. She is so graceful in this book. And it doesn't take away from it being a biography. Like, it is such a good, I mean, a great, great, great book. It just came out like October. So, and today's November 6th. So it just came out, and it is such a wonderful book. Like, explaining how her life came to where it is today. Great. An American Story. Thumbs up. That's a quick, short one. Very good. Wish You Were Here. Pulled my heart. American Story, wait, let me go back. American Story was quick, short. It was like 15 pages, I think, something like that. Quick, short book. I don't even know if I should count it in my, excuse me, book for the year because it was so short. But yeah. Next one was Wish You Were Here. I'm going to have to go buy this book. I'm going to have to go buy it, like get a physical copy. This book was so good. A woman goes on a vacation, like her and her boyfriend, you know, supposed to go on vacation. Her husband. Is it her husband? Fiance. Supposed to go on vacation. And they make the plans, and right before it happens, COVID. And they like most people, they didn't think COVID was going to be what it was, and she ends up going on the trip without him because he's a doctor and he stayed back, you know, to help. And it's about her time away and the people she meets on her trip away. It has a twist. It's just her adventure, her time, learning about herself and everything like that away on the island is amazing. She learns about herself, learns what she wants. And like, it just makes me want to cry. Like, I cried. And then the twist made me cry even more. I'm not spoiling nobody's books. Made me cry even more. Oh, amazing. I think I'm going to read that again. I'll read that again before the year's over. So I got 2 months, but I'll read it again before the year's over. But that was Wish You Were Here. Holy cow. Such a good book. I think he wants to talk to y'all. The next 5-star I had was Straight Shooter. I am not a sports fan like that. Like, I watch football because my boyfriend watches football. And ladies, if that's something he loves, make an effort to like it with him. Even if you don't know what's going on, sit there. Because he looks so happy trying to explain to me football because it's something he cares about. Like, I don't want to watch football on Sundays. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make the compromise. And I said this to myself. I'm going to make the compromise. I'm going to watch football on Sundays with him. And since I've done that, he's made the compromise. Like, without me saying anything, I don't ask him to do any of this. He's made the compromise and he watches church with me on Sundays. Now, like, I watch 5 church services on Sunday. Because there's so many good ones that are out there and the pastors are amazing. But that's neither here nor there. I never asked him to watch with me. And he watches the services with me since I started watching football with him on Sundays and participating. Like, our dog's named after Eli Manning. Like, come on. But yes, Straight Shooter, Stephen A. Smith. Like, I've heard about Stephen A. Smith because people, and he's loud. This book made me want to watch him on television. It's not rags to riches, kind of. It is like started from the bottom, now we here type. Wow. I learned so much about him. Like, I've heard of Stephen A. Smith, and I've always thought just like, he's really loud. He's really loud. Like, why is he always yelling? And I've heard guys talk about his commentary and stuff like that. And it was never like somebody that I should invest my time into. Like, who cares? He's loud. He's angry. He's got a crazy opinion about sports. And he seems to say a lot of controversial things. This book completely changed my idea of him. This man deserves you hear this? Deserves every bit of money and praise he can get. The work he's put in, the hard work he's put in, the time he's taken to better himself is just exceptional. Like, unless he does something crazy, I will ride for Stephen A. Smith. Like, wow, this book was amazing. And I tell everybody, like, I talk about my 5-star reads and whatever like that. I mention it. But this book, if someone says, what's a good book to read? Straight shooter, Stephen A. Smith. Hands down. And I've had a few 5-star reads. I've had 7, 8, something like that. And I would recommend them. First book out my mouth is always going to be Straight Shooter. And I mean, I've read some really good books. Like, The Alchemist was my favorite book of all time. This one and The Alchemist are neck and neck. Neck and neck. Okay. The next book, Perfect Peace. I started reading this on the Kindle, but I couldn't get into it because at that time I was going through a lot of stress. So I just shelved it, Now I got it and I read it. This book is bananas. It's about a woman who has a bunch of kids. She's pregnant, and her midwife, she's unhappily married, but that's how it is sometimes in the South. You just get married and you got to stay with the person because you just got to. So she is about ready to have her next baby. She has like a ton of boys, no girls, bunch of boys. She wants a girl so bad. So it's her and her midwife in the room, and the baby comes out and it's another boy. And she is like, absolutely not. This is my little girl. I don't care what you said. You gonna tell everybody I had a little girl, or I'm gonna tell everybody about your little business that I know you got going on over here. Like, she pretty much blackmails the midwife. And back then, in that time, men were very strict. Like, even fathers were very strict about a man is not supposed to see his daughter like naked. That's his wife's job. She's supposed to handle that. She's supposed to change the diapers, all of that. So when he found out it was a girl, he was just like, oh, you got that. Go do that. I'll handle all these boys. So she proceeds. The midwife leaves and was like, I want no parts of this. She proceeds to raise this little boy as a girl. And she keeps this secret. The midwife just totally shut down practice and was like, I'm not doing this. This is a mess. We not doing this. I think he lost his duck. We not doing this. The story comes out eventually that the little girl is a boy. And it just goes crazier and crazier from there. It comes back to the midwife, all of that. The next one